Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fill out the fee waiver. If this video was helpful, I should have other videos up that show you how to fill out other types of paperwork. So go ahead and check them out. This video is only a one-part video. There's not multiple parts to it. So I cover most of the information that I think you might need. If I did miss something or you have a question, please leave a comment and I'll try to address it. Thanks. So to fill out this fee waiver, you're going to need two different forms. You're going to need the FW-001 and you're also going to need the FW-003. As you've noticed, everywhere I'm pointing, it's going to be highlighted in yellow. And then anything that I filled out on the paperwork is going to be highlighted in green. Another thing too is that these videos are specifically for LA County, but that doesn't mean that it can't work for other counties as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing we're going to fill out here, I'm zooming in. On the right-hand side, you're going to put in your courthouse address. So the very first thing you put in is your county, Superior Court of California County of, and in this example, like I said, it's for Los Angeles County. And then in this example, I'm also using the downtown LA courthouse, and that address is 111 North Hill Street, Los Angeles, California, 90012, Central District. Right below here goes your case number. I put in here 3 different examples of 3 different types of case numbers, but generally speaking, each case number needs its own fee waiver. And generally speaking, each different case number is a different case, generally speaking. So the first example I have here is for an unlawful detainer or for an eviction. The second example is a case number for a divorce. And this last example here is for a case number for a paternity case. Next is the case name. The way the case name is, it's whoever filed first versus or v the other party or the respondent or defendant. So I gave examples for each one of these case numbers. These are some examples of what a case name might look like. So normally for an eviction is some kind of LLC or housing company versus John Doe. So it goes last name first, Doe, comma, John. And then this next example for the case name is for a divorce case. So in this example, it's John Doe. His wife, Jane Doe, filed first. So it goes last name first, Doe, comma, Jane, v. Doe, comma, John. And then this last example is if John Doe filed a paternity case to try to get custody of his kids, it would be Doe, comma, John versus Smith, comma, Nancy. All right, and let's start filling out the left-hand side, starting with number 1. Pretty straightforward. Your information, your name, your address, your telephone number, your state, zip code. Number 2, your job title, whatever kind of job you're doing. In this example, I put John Doe does construction. The name of the place you work at, I made up the name Big Company, and then the address of this place of where you work at. Another thing too for your job on number 2 is if you're unemployed or you've never worked, don't leave it blank. Be sure to write that in, unemployed or never worked. And then for these next 2, be sure to put NA for not applicable, not applicable. And then next, number 3, your lawyer. I assume if you're watching this video, you don't have an attorney and you're self-represented. Go ahead and write that in. Number 4, be sure to mark this first box. This is for these examples of types of cases that I'm going over. It would be the first box. That's not to say it will never be the second box. The second box is for Court of Appeals or the Appellate Division of the Superior Court. Next is number 5. For now, we're going to leave number 5 alone. I'm going to go over it in detail and show you exactly how to fill it out. Continuing down the line, date, print your name, and sign. And that's it for page 1. Next, on page 2 of the FW-001, at the very top, put your name and case number only for now, and then we'll come back to this to see if you need to fill it out. Now that we filled out the FW-001, the FW-003 is going to be pretty easy, pretty much same stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. If it looks similar, that's because it is. So same stuff, your courthouse address, your case number, your case name, and then on the left, your information once again on number 1. And then number 2, if you're watching these videos, again, I assume you're self-represented and you don't have an attorney. So go ahead and write that in. And then number 3 is the date of when you're filing it. I would say leave this blank and then fill it in when you're filing it, the day of, because if these dates are off, sometimes the clerks can be kind of picky on that one. So just hold off on that date until you're filing it. And then last, on number 4, make sure you mark this first box on number 4. And that's it for page 1 of the FW-003. For page 2 and page 3 of the FW-003, the only thing you're going to do is fill out the very top, which is your name and your case number on both pages. And that's it. You're done with the FW-003. All right, and now we're back on the FW-001, and we're going to go over number 5, as I had said or mentioned earlier. Go ahead and zoom in on number 5. So the way number 5 works, this is where a lot of the confusion comes in. You have these 3 options of what you can choose of how to get these fees waived. If you found this video helpful, please like or please subscribe to the channel. All that really helps me so I can continue making more videos just like this. Thank you. You can either choose A, B, or C. You cannot choose all 3 of them. You have to choose only one of them. I'm going to go letter by letter and show you how each of these work. So for letter A, I receive. That means you receive one or more of these following programs. If you receive any of these programs, you automatically qualify for the fee waiver. The 2 most common programs I see that people have is Medi-Cal and food stamps. If you have either of those or both or more, make sure you check off these boxes. Then you go to page 2 of the FW-001 and put a big X through everything. And that's it. You're done. Next, on number 5, I'm going to go over option B. So this is if you don't receive any of these programs, how else can I qualify? Well, then you can try option B and see if this works for you. The way option B works is there's this table here that shows the monthly family income or your household income. And then if you're earning less than the money that they have listed on this table, then you'll be able to qualify that way. It only goes up to 6, but if there's more than 6 people living in your household, you would then add this number here, 786.67 for each additional person. In this example, I'm doing it for a family of 4. So John Doe has 4 people in his family. So we're on page 2 of the FW-001 for option B. Once again, your name and case number will be at the very top. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. So for number 8, it's your gross monthly income. That means any kind of income you're receiving should come out on number 8. For this example, for John Doe, he just has his job and that's his only source of income. So right here, you will list your job in this example and then how much they pay a monthly. I put here 3,000. I made the number up. And then you would add the totals for everything and write it here on letter B. So let's say if John Doe were to be working and then also receiving, let's say, spousal support or child support, he would list child support or spousal support and then how much they're paying him there. And then he would add the totals together. So in this example, it's just a 3,000, his job, and that's it. On number 9, household income. I get a lot of questions here. They say, hey, I'm living with a roommate. Do I have to find out my roommate's expenses? No, this is just for your immediate family or anybody you're sharing expenses with. So in this example, John Doe has his wife, son, and daughter. In this example for John Doe's wife, I put that she does work. So you will list the name, age, and relationship of all the people who are living in your household and then what their monthly income is. For his son and daughter, they're minors, so they still can't work yet. So the 0 is their income. But for his wife, she does have 1,500 income. Maybe she has like a side hustle, weekends, or a part-time job, something like that. So you would add the totals for your household income, and the total will be written right here. So since only the wife is working, 1,500 there, plus his 3,000 is 4,500. And as we can see, for a family of 4, the maximum income to qualify for the fee waiver is $5,000. So 4,500 is less than that. So that is a way you can qualify in that example. Okay, what if you make more than that? I have a family of 4 and I make more than that. How else can I qualify? Well, then you can go and try option C and see if that will work out for you. So you're going to choose option C, and then you have to also choose one of these 3 options. Waive all court fees, waive some court fees, or let me make payments over time. Choose one. If you mark all of these, the clerk will sometimes reject it. So be sure to only choose one of those options, whatever option you're going to go with. Then for option C, once again, on page 2 of the FW-001, your name and case number go at the very top. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Same stuff from the previous example. 8 and 9 will be filled out. The only difference is from 8 and 9 now is that for the household income, the wife has maybe a full-time job or works more hours, so she earns a little bit more. So now 3,000 plus 2,500 makes the total for his household 5,500. And if you go back to the letter B to see the table, 5,500 for a family of 4, they go over the minimum. So they're earning too much in order to qualify under B. So then you would continue filling out page 2 of the FW-001. You would continue with number 10 if you're going with option C. So letter A, cash. In this example, I put John Doe has 0 cash. Letter B, you will list the names of all your banks, whatever banks you have, and then how much is in that bank. I just put bank here, but be sure to list the actual name and how much is in those accounts. Letter C, if you have any cars, boats, or other vehicles, be sure to list the year and make. I did not list the make, I just put car, so be sure to list the make. Fair market value is what the vehicle is actually worth. So you can go on the website Kelly Blue Book and you could find out the fair market value or what your car is actually worth and then how much you owe. In this example, I put his car is only worth 9,000, but he still owes 11,000. So that means it's like a negative asset or there's negative money on that. Letter D and E, I put he doesn't have real estate or other personal property. If you do have these, be sure to fill that in. And then once again, do not leave these blank. I put none and none just so the clerk or the court knows that I did not skip over that. Number 11 is your monthly deductions and expenses. Anything your money is going towards should come up somewhere on number 11. So be sure to list everything. Letter A starts off with your payroll deductions. I just put here taxes and I put here 400, but you can list each deduction individually and how much comes out of your paycheck and then just write the rest of your expenses. There's spaces down here below for installments. Let's say, hey, I pay this thing monthly, but it didn't ask me in any of these letters. That's what these spaces are here for. So you can write any kind of monthly payments down here, what the name of the company is and how much you're paying. And then you would add up your total monthly expenses and that would be written right here. So if your monthly expenses are more or about the same as what your total monthly income is, that is one way that you're possibly able to qualify for the fee waiver. Another thing too is generally speaking, these numbers should more or less match up. If they're way off, it might delay the process for your fee waiver to be granted because the numbers are not adding up. So the court might want to know what's going on there. All right, and we're done with the fee waiver. If this video was helpful, please give it a like or subscribe, comment. All that stuff really helps. I'm going to continue making as many videos as I can to share all the information I have about this court paperwork. Good luck with everything and thank you for watching.